What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Did you guys see the news that was announced last night from Volt Inu? If you did, well, guess what? We're going to cover it in this video. I'm going to be giving my thoughts. If you didn't, don't worry. We're going to cover it here in this video. If you're part of the Volt Inu community, hit that thumbs up and leave some electricity bolts in the comments because it is some good news. So as you guys know, the Volt Inu first DAO vote officially passed. 44.85 trillion worth of Volt, $74 million at the time of this post, will be burned over the next 5 days. The Polygon listing will happen in 2 weeks, and more Volted news and adoptions. Voltoshi made a video here, excuse me, a video here that you can watch, but he also typed it out in the Medium, which we're going to go through in a second. I love this. Very, very anonymous, very, very mysterious and video here. Well done. What was said as well. Now, as I mentioned, this burn happened. It will happen over the course of 5 days. So 4.5 million over 5 days. And they even Voltoshi posted the transaction. So first of 5 burns completed, 8.97 trillion worth of Volt, worth $14.9 million. A lot of people were saying, Jake, the burn's not going to happen. We're never going to see the burn. Well, that's why Etherscan is great, because you can see here on the Ethereum side of things, $1 million worth of Volt was burned. And then the Binance Smart Chain side of things, we had 12 million, almost 13 million, $12.916 million worth of Volt burn. Now let's get into the actual Medium article here, guys. Like I said, it's written to a T because Voltoshi's not giving any dates. Voltoshi's not making any promises. What he's doing is he's presenting the facts. So he said, now let's get to the question starting with their burn. The DAO approved with a 99.97 majority vote to burn $44.85 trillion worth of tokens. As I mentioned, this will be happening every single day this week over the next 5 days at 6 p.m. PST. We saw $14 million, about $14 million worth being burned today. And in this article, he goes into detail of what this burn looks like, how it's similar to how Vitalik Buterin burned 50% of the supply, not the circulating supply. So he goes into the detail because the community had a lot of questions, right? Community had a lot of questions about whether it was the circulating supply, where the supply was coming from. So in this Medium article and in that video that Voltoshi made, he goes into detail explaining exactly what happened. Number 2, the Polygon listing will be going live. There's going to be a poll on Everown, right here, Everown validating it. But obviously this poll is already passed. So the poll will start tomorrow or today, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Valentine's Day. And then the Volt listing will go live within 2 weeks. He explains in more detail why this is big news to be listed on Polygon. I think it's big news because the tokens that are cross-chain, I really believe during the next bull run are going to win. We have a lot of great layer 1s, a lot of great layer 2s, and there's a lot of great investors on all of those chains. I know a lot of people are more comfortable with Ethereum, but in the next bull run, there will be Polygon maxis, Cardano maxis, Solana maxis. So it's good for a token to get on as many blockchains as possible, in my personal opinion. Now, this is where it gets interesting. I'll read this article for you, this part right here. He says, although I'm not going to give you dates or specific information, you can, for example, imagine what the dozens of Indian influencers talking about us every day have triggered. Not only are thousands of people among their 1.4 billion inhabitants now looking into Volt, but the entities, who I believe are exchanges, that had no choice but to accumulate millions of dollars worth of meme coins to meet the demands of their users suddenly want to reduce a months-long process to a few days. I feel like that's talking about the exchanges and their listings. On top of that, you also have 5 tier 1s that I've been in quasi-daily contact with for weeks that are seeing an exponential volume growth, a shocking product adoption, media coverage, and a holder counts growing by the day. While I was hoping to be able to drop a hint on at least one of them, I unfortunately was not allowed to do so at the time of preparing this announcement. I love that he's saying that, guys. Most token developers will say, hey, it's a Coinbase listing, it's a Binance listing, but we all know tokens are not allowed to announce it first unless agreed upon. But the big exchanges, they don't let tokens announce it first. They have to announce it. So it sounds like we have 5 tier 1s in the works, according to this article. And I don't know if the Indian exchanges, I don't even know if he's talking about Indian exchanges. Let me know what you guys think. But it does feel like he's talking about Indian exchanges when he's talking about the Indian influencers, Indian investors, and the entities that had no choice but to accumulate $1 million worth of meme coins. Guys, this is one of the biggest burns, I think, in DeFi history. Definitely the biggest burn that I've ever seen. 74.5 million will be burned over the next 5 days. Insane news. My head was spinning when I watched this announcement, guys. Make sure to go watch this. It's linked down below here in the YouTube comments. Read the actual Medium article and check out the transactions for your own. Big news for Volt Inu. Still prime for a big month of February and an even bigger 2023. My head was spinning when I watched the messages. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Volt having 5 major burns over the next 4 days. They already did one last night. Another one today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Polygon listing and major exchanges are being hinted at by the developer Voltoshi. Huge announcements here, guys. Volt Inu is doing big things in 2023. Let me know your thoughts here in the comments below. Peace.